is called the self-compassion break, and it's basically just bringing in intentionally the three components, bringing in the mindfulness so we aren't so identified with the thought or the belief, remembering that we aren't alone, so we kind of expand out of our separate self into the something larger, more connected to the greater whole, and then warmth. And then what I also like to do with the self-compassion break is use physical touch, because what we know, talking about physiology, that putting your hand on your body lowers cortisol, increases heart rate variability, right? And by the way, your body doesn't really know. We know this from research. Doesn't really know if it's your own touch or the touch of someone else. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to leave the self-compassion break, and then it's going to include some touch. Okay. All right. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'd invite everyone to close your eyes if you want to, but if you don't have to, if it doesn't feel comfortable. And just take a moment to think of something in your life right now that's troubling you. Okay, please don't think of anything that's traumatic or that's super difficult, because you won't be able to learn the practice if you get carried away by this huge problem. It's something that's difficult, challenging, maybe a little physical thing you have going on, or some relationship issue, or some stress at work. It's something that's giving you some challenges. And just take a moment to choose what feels right to work with. Call it up in your mind's eye, what's happening. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, this is kind of tendency, obviously, when we think about something difficult, to get wrapped up in it or carried away by it. So give yourself a little space by being mindfully aware that this hurts. And kind of giving some space to the pain and whatever's happening. Holding it in mindful awareness. But also just really getting in touch with the fact that, yeah, that this is hard. It's hard to feel this. Ouch. And then noticing that even though it may feel like, there's something wrong with you for this situation, or that it's only you, you don't think this logically, but there may be a sense of feeling isolated or alone in this situation. So if you can kind of let go of that sense of separation and really recognize that, hey, this is part of being human. Human beings go through stuff like this. Again, whether you've made a mistake or something that, you don't blame yourself for, but it's difficult. This is part of the human experience. There are probably millions of other people who've gone through something pretty similar to what you're going through. And we don't want, it's not like we want to compare how much we're suffering or compare situations. We just really want to remind ourselves that we aren't alone. It's not just us, and this is part of the human experience. And then thinking of the situation and maybe noticing where the discomfort from the situation lands in your body. Maybe you feel some achiness or some tension. And I'd invite you to put your hands on your body in a way that feels supportive. It might be over your heart center, or it might be on the place where you're carrying the tension. Whatever feels supportive, just feel the warmth of your hands. Feel that sense of You know, I'm here for you. That's what your hands are saying. I'm here for you. I've got you. And add some more language that conveys this sense of care and support. It might be the type of thing you would say to a good friend who's in a similar situation. I'm sorry this is so hard. Or maybe, everyone makes mistakes. You can learn from this. Perhaps it's a message of, you'll get through this. Reminding yourself of your own care and support. So feeling these three elements, that the space and presence of the mindfulness, the connection of remembering our humanity, and the feelings of love and kindness. So you aren't just this problem or this situation or this moment of pain. You are also the loving, connected presence that can be with this difficulty. This is also who you are. Okay, and then when you're ready, opening your eyes.